Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well. So, today I'll be focusing on what sustainability is in business and the benefits around that. So, before we kick off, my name's Finn. I'm the co founder of Bazar Ethical Marketplace. I'm passionate about eco tech, so I'll also be talking about what sustainability truly means for tech businesses and ways to build it in to provide value to the customer and attractiveness for the investor. So for today's agenda, I thought I'd talk through what sustainability is in business, the benefits of sustainability to the consumer and brand, attracting and retaining talent through purpose and ESG, the attractiveness of ESG to investors, and 3 reasons why investors would take sustainability seriously. At the end, I'll provide an example of how we've done this in our startup business. So to start off, I think it's worth mentioning that sustainability is more than just a buzzword. And environmentally friendly products and recycled packaging materials is much more than just a trend. It's a serious move that companies are making to not only protect our planet's natural resources, but to also appeal to more eco-minded consumers. Not only can you meet consumer demand, but you can also gain marketing and competitive advantages with brand reputational gains. And the brand enhancement aspects that comes with putting sustainability at the heart of business will help companies ultimately attract and retain customers and the best workforce talent. But there's also the opportunity for businesses to save money from efficiencies. Even the most advanced companies often have opportunities to reduce costs along their value chain, whether that's reducing water consumption or packaging materials to saving energy in their logistical operations. Sustainability also provides a fantastic platform for innovation to develop new products and services to get you ahead of the curve, whether that's in the UK or global markets where sustainability is becoming much more mainstream. So the benefits sustainability integration can bring to your business through consumers and brand value. So first, it's top-line growth. The changing demands of consumers can provide significant growth opportunities. Research has shown that sustainably marketed products grow 5 times faster than conventional products. Not only this, nearly 2/3 of consumers across 6 international markets believe they have a responsibility to purchase products that are good for the environment and society. 82% in emerging markets and 42% in developed markets. In the food and beverage industry as well, a growing number of consumers are also considering values beyond the taste and price in their purchasing decision. They consider things like social impact, safety, as well as transparency. So I think for businesses that can find a way to provide a purpose beyond the product itself opens itself up to creating a new behavioral contract between the consumer and brand. That behavioral contract being that consumers resonate much more with your product or service as it's in line with their beliefs, which provides, I suppose, more commonality between your brand and the consumer, increasing the likelihood of them choosing you. And it's not just millennials and Gen Zs that feel strongly about this movement either. According to Nielsen's The Evolution of Sustainability Mindset report, it highlighted 81% of global respondents feel strongly that companies should help the environment. So it's a mindset that's strongly supported across all age brackets, not just the younger generations and the millennials and Gen Zs. Running a sustainable business and integrating sustainability into your business can also grow your revenue by bringing on board new customers who care about the environment. So these might be customers that you weren't targeting or you weren't able to align with before integrating sustainability into your business. So how a purpose attracts talent and motivated people. So ESG actions can be a great way to boost employee motivations and attract and retain talent. A recent study found that 83% of graduate school students would take a 15% pay cut to have a job that seeks to make a social and environmental difference in the world. Now, this is an extremely relevant case study when considering in 2015 the majority of workforce were millennials. And I suppose when employees really believe in your purpose, the motivation is much more intrinsic, and it's not something you constantly need them to aspire to have. They will intend to embrace your purpose more so than companies without sustainability embedded into their purpose. And I suppose the reason for this is most employees are motivated for purposes that have a higher purpose for the greater good. So in that sense, it also becomes the employee's purpose too, not just the business's purpose. So they want to succeed together with the business to get to that purpose or align with that. It's also worth highlighting nearly 1 in 4 people on Earth in the next decade or so will be in the Gen Z generation, and 80% of Gen Z talent is looking for an employer that is purpose-driven. So it just makes a lot of sense to be seeing this as an upside. Investors also recognize purpose. The shift to a low-carbon environment will require huge investments. There's no doubt about it. But there's big value in creating opportunities for thoughtful companies. A survey from EY Global surveyed nearly 300 institutional investors during COVID pandemic in late 2020. And what this survey found was that investors are doubling down on ESG, so environmental, social, and governance performance, and they're assessing it more so than they ever had. And they're also tying their decisions into things like climate risks. Nearly 75% of investors from the report said that they're going to be reconsidering or moving away from investments on the basis of climate risks. Now that's unprecedented, and it's only going to become more prevalent in the years to come. Goldman Sachs has also shown that companies that are leaders in environmental, social, and governance, so ESG, have a 25% higher stock value. But it's not only financial performance that investors buy into, especially for startups. For them, it's just as much about the purpose as it is for the employees and customers, and they really need to believe it as much as they do. Socially responsible investors have shifted investments away from businesses that harm the environment towards businesses that are better ambassadors of nature. So environmental, social, and corporate governance are increasingly important for companies of all sizes and industry types. Now, there's just 3 reasons why I can see investors would take sustainable companies seriously and find them attractive. So first, it's environmental degradation and the impacts of climate change are material business risks. So it's not just about the environment, it's about the knock-on of business risks, especially if you're in the food and beverages industry that relies on crops. Companies that damage the environment can no longer hide. So investors are now able to track high performers on ESG, so environmental, social, and performance factors, and are better correlating the better financial performance with better ESG performance. There's also an increasing number of available investor-friendly tools that provide information linking companies' operations and environmental conditions and trends emerging. As well as ensuring companies have ethical workforce practices in place. So, for example, the Workforce Disclosure Initiative, which enables employers to demonstrate that they take their responsibility to workers seriously. Media profile and visibility of societal changes is also making investors more aware. Improved financial performance and growth prospects. So mounting evidence shows that sustainable companies deliver significant positive financial performance, and investors are seeing value in this. For example, significant cost reductions can result from improving operational efficiency through better management of natural resources like water and energy, as well as minimizing waste through things like packaging. But also remember what I've said in the previous few slides, where I mentioned the increased brand value, meeting consumer demands, and the ability to attract and retain better talent, as they are all key reasons why this would be attractive to investors, as these are all valuable company assets. Ultimately, at the heart of investors being attracted is the consumer. And as consumers increasingly make choices about the products and services they buy based on how they perceive the brand's values. Now, that behavior is feeding into decisions about whether those businesses will attract sustainable investment funds. For an example of sustainability, and just coming back to our business as a bit of an example, so at the core of our business, I'll use that as an example for this, I suppose. So leading into that, Bazar, our purpose is to make sustainable living a commonplace. We do this by creating the home for ethical and eco buying and selling, where ethical businesses can thrive and eco consumers can trust. Not only are we a marketplace, but we're also extending into lifestyle and services to truly give the consumer the tools that they need to live a sustainable life. Whether that's ethical consumer goods, educational and readership materials, or services that improve everyday living. And this purpose has allowed us to attract and retain the best talent, as well as a platform for innovation. Now, as a startup, this is crucially important to provide customers something unique and different and get the edge over the competitors. Sustainability can also provide a whole host of great ideas that will help you stay in line with consumer and market trends, as well as align to customer demands and investor trends. So there are a lot of ways in which being sustainable will help your business. It will help you become more efficient, improve your brand value and reputation, provide a platform for innovation, help and retain and attract staff, achieve better growth, and cut costs and strengthen stakeholder relations. So I hope today I've helped you get some insight into the industry. Thank you for listening, and also a huge thank you for Digital Ethos for hosting this fantastic event. For any questions, please feel free to reach me at fin@bazarapp.co.uk, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.